Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia. Thank you so much for clicking onto today's video all about how to use the scripting method to manifest. So scripting is one of many methods that you can use to manifest. I will cover different types of techniques in other videos, but today we're going to be talking all about scripting. So the first thing you'll need when scripting is of course a journal or a diary. So I'll show you guys a few examples of ones that I've used over the years. It really can be anything, just something that you're very drawn to. So this is my current scripting journal that I use. I just got it from Kmart. I just like the pattern on it. So it's really whatever you're drawn to. I usually go for ones with patterns, but I have had just plain ones. And then this one is a huge one, which I haven't gone through yet. So I usually use this like on special occasions when I have something really big I want to manifest. It's just really whatever suits you and something that you're really drawn to. It has to be a journal that you connect to, that you find visually pleasing, so that you feel more comfortable writing in it. So the next thing you'll need when you're scripting, of course, is a pen. This is the pen that I use. This is just a juniper pen. I actually bought this when I was in Queensland, so when this dies, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to need to find another one like this because I love it so much. So just like with the journals, how you want to find something that is really drawn to you, you also want to do the same with a pen. So a pen that you really like, a pen that fits well in your hand, that writes really nicely, just something that feels good when you're writing. So this is the pen that I use, but again, you can really take any pen. It doesn't have to be a specific type of pen. It's just something that you are drawn to, that you feel is going to be beneficial in your scripting process. The next thing, which I like to use, you definitely don't need to do this, but I like to incorporate crystals in everything I do. It's just another tool that you can use to really increase the vibration. And ultimately, vibration is what gets us our manifestation. When we have a high frequency and a high vibration that aligns with the universe, it really helps to synchronize and get us on the same path. So that's why I like using crystals. My favorite crystal to use, of course, is rose quartz, because it just has such an abundance flowing through it of love and emotion and just such positivity. So that's why I like to use this crystal. The way I use crystals when scripting is usually I'll be sitting down at my desk or on the floor and I'll just place it in my lap. You can even hold it in your other hand if you wanted to. You can wear it in jewelry. It just really depends on how you want to have it. As long as it's near you, it can even be on the desk beside the journal, whatever is comfortable for you. I'll also point out that with this journal that I've had for a while now, I just got this in like a crystal shop somewhere. I can't even remember where. I'll try and link some down below, but this actually has a rose quartz crystal in it, which is very helpful, so you don't really need to worry about if you're going traveling, it's already in there. So that's something that's really beneficial also, so I'll try and link some down below. So the next thing you're going to do is find a space where you feel comfortable. So that can be your bedroom. Maybe you have a really nice study that you feel very comfortable in. You can even go outside into nature, which I like to do sometimes because again, it just increases the vibration of your scripting process. But you just need to find somewhere where it's nice and quiet and calming and peaceful, just so your mind isn't wandering to different places. It's really good to be somewhere that's nice and quiet. Once you've found that spot, it's good to go to that same spot every time you're scripting, so your mind knows to switch off other thoughts when you go to that place. So it becomes like a bit of a habit that your mind is like, okay, now I'm going to start scripting. I'm going to focus on what it is that I desire and I'm going to write it down in this spot here. So once you've found the spot, the next step is of course scripting. So you're going to take your journal, your pen and your crystal if you have one. If you don't, it's not necessary, but I just like to use them personally. So you're going to take those three things and you're going to sit down or lay down wherever you are, if you're on your bed or whatever, and you're going to open up a new page. I'm not going to open and show you because all my scripting is in here, but what you would do is open up to a new fresh page and just write down the date. It's important to write down the date, I feel, because when you look back onto it, which I love doing to see all of my manifestations come true, to go back and see me writing out everything that I wanted and then going, a few weeks, a few days, whatever it is later and seeing that it's come true, it's cool to see the time frame on it. So I personally just write the date. It's really up to you. It takes 2 seconds. So if you wanted to add the date in there, you definitely can. And the next thing I do is start off with 5 things that I'm grateful for. Again, this isn't a step that's necessary in scripting, but I find that it starts off the process in such a positive light and it really has you at the highest vibrational frequency because you're feeling so grateful already for everything that you have, which will then in turn have you feeling grateful for everything that's coming your way. So the way I like to write those things down is I am so grateful for this beautiful day, for example. So I write I'm so grateful for like 5 times. I don't write I'm so grateful for once and then the things that I'm grateful for. I write it down every time just to really promote that gratitude. So once you've written down your gratitude list, it's time to start scripting. So I'm going to read an example of how I like to script personally. And the way I would explain it is as if you're writing a day in your dream life. So think about everything that you want to manifest. You might have heaps of things that you want to manifest. But if you actually want those things to come into your life, they're going to have to be in your life every day. For example, if you're manifesting your dream car, it's going to be there every day. It's not you're going to have your car for one day and then it's going to poof, go away. You're going to have that car sitting there every day in your driveway. So the way I like to do it is think about everything that it is that I'm desiring and that I want to manifest, and I put it in a day in my life and making sure I'm incorporating every single thing that I want to manifest into my daily routine. So I'm going to read a few paragraphs of one of my old scripts, and some of this stuff I didn't have during the time that I wrote this, and now I have it, so I thought it would be a good example to share. So I wrote down my 5 things that I'm grateful for, and then I begin from the first moment I wake up. So that's starting the day in my life. So I say, as I wake up naturally at 6 a.m, which now I do, to the sounds of birds chirping, which always happens because there's so many birds out there, I roll over and turn my salt lamp on, which I now have on my bedside table, and I stretch and get out of bed, which I do every morning. I go and open all the doors and windows, and I step out onto the balcony. I take a deep breath, inhaling the fresh ocean breeze. So unfortunately that bit hasn't happened as of yet. Of course it's going to come at some point in the future. So I want to live by the sea eventually, so I always like to incorporate that bit, that I'm always stepping outside first thing in the morning and taking a deep breath in of the fresh ocean breeze. I lay down on our day bed and I meditate for 20 minutes, followed by scripting and 20 minutes of yoga, which I do. I come back in, drink a big glass of water, I do that, and then I go to my vanity and say my affirmations in the mirror. I do that. So that's just like a small example of what my scripting starts off like. My scripting usually takes up 2 to 3 pages of this, I think like A5 sized book. So it really depends on how much you want to incorporate. I have a lot of things that I manifest at one time. You might have only one thing that you want to manifest at one time. So you can just write, I wake up this morning doing your normal morning routine if there's nothing you want to change about it, your normal lunchtime routine and your normal, dinner routine. The small thing you could change in it is I drive to work in my brand new 2020 Mercedes AMG, for example. So if you have only like one thing that you want to manifest, I would still write it out your whole day as if that is now a part of your daily routine, because it eventually will be when it comes to you. So a lot of people ask how often they should do this technique, and really it's totally up to you. I like to do it every day, and obviously this doesn't happen every single day because sometimes I miss a day, sometimes I'm not at home in the morning, for example. So it just really depends on how often you feel you need to do it. I do like trying to do it every day. If I do miss a day, what I'll do is go back to my journal and flip back to a page with something that I'm still manifesting, and I'll just read that to make up for the day that I've missed. Another common question is how many things can you manifest at one time? And unlimited. It doesn't matter how many things you want to manifest, you can manifest it all at once. Like I mentioned, putting it into a daily routine really sets the standard that soon you'll be living this life. Like all of these things will fit perfectly into your life. That's why I like writing it into a daily routine, so that way when it does come into fruition and comes into the physical realm, I'll know how to go about my day. I'll know that I need to get into my car, my Mercedes, or whatever it is that you're manifesting. I'm just using a car as an example, and drive to my dream job. Or I know that I can wake up and step out of bed and go to my desk and work from home. Example, if you want to work from home. So that's one of the huge benefits of writing out a daily routine. I know it is time consuming. So if you don't have time in the morning, another thing that I get asked is, can you do it in the morning? Can you do it at the night time? You can do it whenever. I would say do it first thing, just after you've woken up in the morning, or just before you go to sleep at night time, because that's usually when your mind is pretty calm and you don't have too many thoughts running through your mind first thing in the morning or just before you're about to go to bed. And one of the big things that I just wanted to mention is that in order for this technique to work, or really any manifestation technique, because they all have the similar qualities, the main key for it to work is that you really need to let go of the expectation that this thing is coming to you. Because like I mentioned in my previous video, why would you need to expect something to come to you when it's already there in your life? Everything that you want is already in this world. It's already been manifested. People have already manifested it. It's nothing that's impossible, right? So it's already here. It just needs to come into the physical realm to you. So why would you need to expect something when it's already here? Does that make sense? Yeah, the main key, which a lot of people struggle to do, is letting go. And I know it's something that's really hard, and I've struggled with it before. When you really want something, it's really hard to let go of the idea that you don't have it right now and it's just here, but you can't seem to get to it. There does feel like some sort of disconnect, but you really need to let go of that fear and that doubt and just believe in the unknown, the universe, for it to come to you. So you really need to have some faith and just trust that the universe will align and have you on the right path to connect and have this thing come to you in the physical realm. Now with the scripting technique, that's really all that there is to it. It's quite simple. It's just writing things down as if you've already got it, all in the present tense, making sure you're using, I'm so grateful that now I have this. I'm so grateful that I have this in my life right now. You just need to make sure you're using present tense and not future or past. Before I finish up, I will just list a few things that make this process move a little bit faster and just increase the vibrational energy of this technique and this manifestation method. So a few things you can do are meditation. That is amazing for increasing your vibration. You can do affirmations. You can do affirmations that you can find online, or you can even make up some of your own that align with your manifestation and your desires. You can create a vision board, which is something that I find really helpful when you can actually see something tangible in front of you and you can see what it looks like, and you've chosen these photos that you really connect to. That can be very helpful also. Another thing you can do is visualization techniques, which I will touch on in another video. But in a short little summary, that is when you're basically visualizing the things that you want, using your imagination to see it in front of you without it actually being there. But that's also a really good way to increase your vibration and have your desire come to you faster. So that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and understood everything. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video, and I hope you all have an amazing day.